Hello, everyone, and good afternoon from Dayton, Ohio. I hope that you've thoroughly and truly enjoyed this amazing event, that you have loved the testimonies, the information that's been given to you guys. I know that I've been encouraged, fired up. I'm just so excited and humbled to be here. I've been listening to my fellow sisters come on here and share their testimonies. And guys, are they not the epitome of integrity and excellence? They brought down the house. They've been preaching, and my soul is fired up. I got some big shoes to fill, and you're probably going to hear some repeated things, but I am so excited to be here, and I'm humbled to have the opportunity to share my testimony. My name is Rachel Dearden. I am a wife, a mama to two little girls, and we got our third little girl on the way in about 4 weeks' time. So we're so excited about that. But I am a teacher. My passion is to teach, and I am blessed to be a certified Faster Way to Fat Loss coach. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of my testimony, what brought me to Faster Way, and ultimately how I came to pursue the coaching opportunity. And let me tell you, I dragged my feet the entire way. I was so fearful, so scared, but you know what? I knew this was a calling of mine, and I'm going to talk about some of those limiting factors, those fears that I believed in, because chances are you might have some of those same fears, and I want to address them. And then I'm going to leave you with a call to action, because I got to leave you with some questions you got to think about. So let me dive right in. I didn't know that I wanted to be a coach. I didn't know I wanted to pursue Faster Way as a lifestyle. I was one of those individuals that looked at the $199 and I thought, where in the world is that going to come from my budget? And so I sat on the sidelines. I knew Amanda Trust personally, but I sat on the sideline for months as I watched transformation after transformation, physical changes, emotional changes, internal, external changes. And I just sat on that sideline. I was content to live in a place of comfort, even though I was not satisfied there. I knew deep down in my heart that I wanted more for myself, that I wanted more for my family. I wanted energy to be able to meet my family's needs, to be able to be the best teacher that I could be. I was struggling with aftermath of having children, some postpartum depression, and I was truly struggling with my body physically. I didn't know how to fuel myself nutritionally. I knew I needed the help, but I settled for good enough as opposed to great. And I watched for so long. I talked about Faster Way so long. I think my husband, he honestly just got tired of hearing me talk about it. And in the summer of 2018, one night we're sitting together, he forced me to sign up for my first round of Faster Way. So I joined a corporate round in the summer of 2018, and I am so thankful I did, because it quite literally changed my life, and it changed the life of my family. Like many of you, I saw incredible physical changes internally and externally in my body. I saw so many wonderful changes, and you guys already know what those changes are. I'm not going to really hit on all of that, but what I was blown away was by the community that Amanda created in this program. This program, I knew it wasn't just backed by science. It wasn't just sustainable. I knew that this community gave me the accountability that I needed. They encouraged and empowered me and equipped me in my life to pursue incredible health changes. And beyond that, that summer, I had experienced a lot of highs and lows. My husband and I had experienced a lot of loss, and I had a band of sisters that came behind me and supported me. This was much more than about my health, and I knew that God was calling me to play a larger role in this community. However, I was not ready to say yes to God, okay? He called me. I knew that I had the passion, the ability to teach, and a love for people and a desire to see lives transformed just like mine was. However, as I said, I just wasn't ready to say yes. I started thinking about all the reasons why I was not the right fit to be a coach. And I created a barrier for myself why I shouldn't pursue this. And I'm going to tap into a couple of those things. Literally, I built a fortress. It wasn't a barrier. It was a fortress. I worried that I was not going to be good enough, okay? I thought, like, I would fail. And I thought like people would not want to follow me. I looked at all the other amazing coaches, and yes, we have truly amazing coaches here, but I compared myself to them. And I thought, why would anybody want to follow me when you can follow her? I thought that, I believed that. I worried too that I didn't have a background in marketing. I didn't have a background in nutrition or any sort of health and wellness, physical exercise. So I thought, I'm just not going to be equipped to actually lead and train clients in this. And then I worried too about my social media. Girl and boy, whoever's on here, like I just thought I did not have a social media presence, and I knew that this was probably going to be a way for me to grow my business if I pursued this. And even with the followers that I had, I thought, they're not going to want to hear about me talking about what I love about this. And because I was one of those individuals that as soon as somebody approached me about a product, I was like, bye-bye. And even though I knew this was about a mindset change, it wasn't about selling a product, I still feared what people thought. And lastly, two other things. I worried that because I came in a corporate round, I didn't have a mentor above me. I didn't have somebody that I could go to with my questions, my concerns, my worries. And lastly, I worried about that price tag. So you could see I built up this fortress of things that were going against me. I fearfully kept putting coaching on the back burner. I was not satisfied with where I was. I knew that God was calling me to do this. Yet once again in my life, I settled for good enough as opposed to great. And again, my husband, oh, bless his soul, because sometimes the people around us, they see what we need to do before we realize it ourselves, because we build up all these fears and all these concerns. And he asked me, he said, Rach, what do you have to lose? And as I thought about that, I started thinking about these barriers I had built up. And I thought, you know what? A lot of this is stemming from my own insecurities. A lot of it is because I fear the unknown. My personality, I'm a play it safe kind of girl. Always have been, probably always will be. This is outside of my comfort zone, even doing this right now. I like to play it safe. And when I started really thinking about this, I realized that these were fears that the devil was feeding into me. I was believing lies of the devil. And I think the devil wants to keep us in a state of fear, because when we're in a state of fear, when we're in that state, we are not doing what God has called us and led us to do. And the devil gets victory. Our fears get victory over us. So when I came to this realization, and with that perfect little push from my husband, he was on board for this from the beginning. With that push, I set out to become a coach. I trusted. I knew that I had weaknesses. I thought, man, I'm the girl with one talent, but God, if you can use that one talent, you bring those clients to me. However small my rounds are going to be, you have the perfect individuals you want me to touch, to reach, and to impact for you and for better health, impact their community through them. And so I thought, Lord, you're going to strengthen me in my weaknesses. You're going to give me the support and the community I need. I'm going to trust you. So I joined the recruitment. I signed up for my interview, and I became a certified faster way to fat loss coach. And guys, what a journey it has been. So here I am. I was no longer playing it safe, no longer staying small, and I knew, all right, if I'm going to fail, I'm at least going to fail trying my hardest, and I am going to fail big. All right, I'm going down if this is I'm putting my heart into this. And so ultimately, I knew though, I had made lots of mistakes. Let me just be honest, okay? Yes, I received all the trainings that I needed, all the tools, all the education. You are going to receive that. You don't need that nutrition background. You don't need a background in physical training, anything like that, or personal training. I received all that, yet I still made mistakes, and you will too. I look back on my first round and I kind of chuckle because I made so many mistakes, but I learned and I grew from those mistakes. And guys, my clients showed me grace, and your clients will too. I also realized that I had an incredible support system. I didn't have this mentor above me, but I found many mentors through my brothers and sisters in the Faster Way community. If I had a question, a concern, something I was struggling with, if I was discouraged, literally, they reached out to me before I reached out to them, and I had answers, I had help, I had the support I needed. I knew I was in the right place. And lastly, too, I think back to all those barriers that I was building up against myself. And I realized shortly after I became a coach that I had the wrong mindset. I was looking at this from the wrong mindset. I was looking at all what I was like, all the things I was not good at, instead of where God had gifted me, what he had called me to do. And so I fell back, even though I'm not the best person on social media. I'm not the best at this or that. I'm still learning and growing, but I fell back. I knew what I knew I was good and competent in. I love people, and oh, I have a passion to teach. That was my platform, and I ran with that platform. And I've just been blown away. I've been blown away by how God has truly blessed what I consider a ministry that I drag my feet into. He has blessed me through the relationships I've built with coaches in this community. He's blessed me with the clients that have become friends of mine that I've had the privilege and the honor to be able to impact and to empower their lives, not just in their health, but beyond that. And guys, I got to tell you, I am blown away by what God has done with this for me and my family financially. I'm a teacher, and at that, I'm a part-time teacher right now and a stay-at-home mom. And when I put down the money that I needed to invest into this, I was worried about it. God, though, he knew what he was doing. My first round, and I say this with the utmost humility, I hope you realize that, I made my investment back in my first round. And then in 5 months of coaching, I made more coaching than I do my entire year of part-time teaching. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to go on a short stint of maternity leave, and Amanda had us set some lofty financial goals back in January 2018. And as a teacher, it was hard for me to set those goals because we don't make a whole lot. And I set those financial goals, and I am so excited to say that I am on track to reach those goals, and I might even surpass those goals. And that has been significant for my family, and it has allowed for me to be able to give where I want to give to the passions that I love, to my church, to my family, to my community, and that just blows me away. So I'm going to kind of wrap this up. I got a couple questions for you. I got to leave you with these questions, a call to action. First, I got to ask you, why do you want to pursue coaching? Okay, your heart has to be in the right place, and your mind has to be in the right place. Secondly, I want you to remove all those internal and external barriers. How can you remove those? Those internal barriers, I'm talking about the things that are holding you back from taking this leap of faith. It's that negative self-talk. Do you believe you're not going to be supported? Because that is just not true. Do you believe you're not going to have followers or clients? Do you believe you're not good enough? Again, those are lies of the devil, as Queena and Stacy and the wonderful women that have gone before me. Don't believe those fears. Don't believe those lies. Those external barriers. Maybe for you, and it's an external barrier. I want you to think, how can I overcome this? For you, maybe it's commitment, maybe it's time, and maybe indeed it is finances. But I got to tell you, if it's time, you go at this at your own pace. You don't have to compare yourself to anybody else, even with gifts. You don't have to compare yourself to another coach. We are all a diverse community there to support each other. If it's really that time, though, go at your own pace. You're going to be equipped, okay, to reach your clients. And if it's a financial thing, Amanda has created a way for you to pay this off in 12 months, and you're going to make money as you're able to pay that off. So instead, I want you to ask the question, are you ready for it? Okay, make that your question. Are you ready to reach your greatest potential? And are you ready to commit to empowering and equipping men and women in their health and beyond? Third question, instead of looking at what holds you back, the weaknesses, the things you don't have, look at what makes you unique. What strengths do you already have? And guys, I want you to use that strength. And Queena did such a good job. I loved her analogy with the dominant hand. Use that as a platform. This is your platform. You don't have to be doing everything right. You don't have to know everything, but you got to be true to you. You got to do what feels right to you. And guys, people naturally gravitate towards that. Last question I'm going to leave you with. How would you feel if this opportunity was removed from you? And here's why I asked this. When I was in my recruitment round, the interview slots opened up, and I'm a perfectionist. So I was typing up my name, answering all my questions perfectly. And before I could submit, the slot was gone. And then I went to another one. I'm like, oh boy, I better hurry up. And then that slot was gone. And I started crying, and I knew, oh man, this is what I'm meant to do. If you are in that place and you would grieve this loss and you are saddened by it, you are meant to coach. Go and get that interview slot. I'm going to close because I talked way too long. I apologize. Guys, I'm truly not anybody special. My story is a pretty average story, and I'm humbled by it. There's no reason why I should have any level of success that I've had, but I trusted and pursued a calling, even though I dragged my feet for so long. I now look back and I think, God, what if I hadn't done this? I wouldn't see such incredible growth and change in my own personal life, but I also wouldn't have been able to impact the clients that He desired and wanted me to reach. So I'm going to end here. Don't be content living in a place of comfort when you are not satisfied there. Don't settle for just being good. I want you to strive for great. If you have any questions, any sort of needs, reach out to me. I would love to answer your questions, love to help you out. We are a community that supports one another. Thank you for your time and good luck with your interview.